Lights, camera, action. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson, local filmmakers talking about the world of film, right here on F It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
In 3, 2, 1. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Kevin Mumphrey with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Karsten Hype Ferguson.
Yo.
And you are once again listening to We Will Fix It in Post. Today we have a guest, friend of the family, videographer, director, businessman of all sorts, Mr. Michael Sparkman. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing great, and thank y'all for inviting me to the show today.
Oh, it was my pleasure. So, what got you started off in the world of film?
Well, let me see. I don't want to go too far back in the past, but I'll just say this. I started off by recording music, let me see, like in the studio. So I would like record artists. They would come in there, and I would just, I think my mic is cutting in and out. But yeah, they would come in, and I would just record the vocals. After that, I took off and went in a different direction. I got my hands on the camera, and one of the artists was like, "Can you film me, please?" And I was like, "I could try. It might not be good." So we filmed our very first video in 1999. The numbers are kind of up there, but I've evolved since then, and I've been doing that ever since.
So, like I said, 1999. So, what camera were you using at this time?
I borrowed the artist's father's camera, which was a Canon. I can't remember the actual model, but it was a Canon.
Was it one of them DVC tape joints?
It was not actually. It was one of the like newer, like digital type, like what we still use today.
DSLR.
Yeah, it was a DSLR.
So we're using DSLRs in late 90s.
Yeah, he had one of those.
Okay.
They had to be real expensive back then.
It was very expensive back then.
Cause that's when they first came out, and like people like really started using those.
Right.
I can just imagine, like you can get a DSLR for like $300 today.
$200.
Super cheap. Yeah.
Well, depending on what kind you're trying to get.
Right.
You can still go up there.
I think the Canon Vixia can run you like $250 maybe.
Yeah,
but
something that's like HD.
Yeah, but that's not that's just a handheld joint. But even then, those joints were going for like about $600.
They were expensive back then.
Cause my first one was a floor model joint, and it was like $649.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's after tax. You got me out the door, man. I got the hookup too.
That was the hookup.
Yeah, that was $649 was the hookup.
$649.
No.
10 cents.
So how much was a hookup? Was that?
No, it was pretty good hookup. It was an $800 camera at the time.
Oh,
Like brand new.
yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
So, Michael, when you were filming, was this like just a rap video or a singer? Or were you just filming a performance?
Okay, good question. It was actually a rap video. We went to Atlanta. That was actually my first time going to the A, and it was pretty wild out there. But yes, we were in the A, and we just took it to random places. I went to a little gas station, and we asked a little guy in there. I think he's like Arab or something like that, Indian. I don't know. We was like, can we film in here? We're like little kids and whatnot. I was like, can we film here? And he was like, oh yeah, y'all can do it in here, but just as long as y'all don't mess up nothing. I was like, okay, so we filmed in there, and history made magic.
Just went and has to do the use. That's
like,
kind of what we do now.
over there by the ice cream. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Some things never change. So what is it about that shoot that made you want to continue filming?
Okay, so it allowed me to be creative. I'm a really creative person, so I always say that I'm artistically inclined, and it gave me that ability, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So it's challenging too.
So when you decided to kind of do so were you doing it like Like after 99, were you doing it as a hobby of sorts, or did you just completely decide to make it a business?
Definitely, it was still a hobby. I was still recording vocals also in the studio, and I was like, maybe I could start getting money doing this.
So when you say vocals, were you a rapper?
You know, I freestyle, but no, I was recording the artist. They would go in the booth, and I would pretty much control all the EQs and
Oh,
everything.
you're a producer then.
Basically. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was making beats too, so I was doing a lot of stuff. So that's why I say I'm artistically inclined.
So you've always been behind the scenes one way or the other.
You guys probably didn't even know half of this stuff, so yeah, welcome.
No, we talked.
I feel like you've mentioned this. I just didn't know it in such detail.
Right.
So so how would you like find artists to do their videos?
Gotcha. Now that my work has been shown, or they can see it in different areas, it speaks for itself. Or some people just, word of mouth.
So when you got to like, how did you get to the point to where, well, I guess you found artists to build a reel for yourself. So how did you go about building your reel before you started promoting yourself?
I got you. So it kind of worked hand in hand. Excuse me, y'all. It kind of worked hand in hand. Like some of the people that I was already recording vocally, they reached out to me, or I reached out to them and said, "Hey, if y'all want a video, shout at me, and I'll do it for kind of low, And that's from there. It just snowballed.
And so, like almost every artist that you record their vocals to, you would do their videos as well.
Some were like, the price isn't. They couldn't work with the price, and it was weird because they would go out and buy the newest Jordans. Like
They just didn't want to spend the money. That's all that was.
Yes. VA know this situation because I know, VA she does that as well, or she.
Which is crazy if you think about it. I'm like, yo, you want quality and all this stuff, but you want to pay the actual price. You want the homeboy hookup or whatever that is.
Not even, just a homeboy hookup. It's the fact of even if you cut a deal, they still.
Like, I need cheaper. I need cheaper than that.
Right.
Cheaper than that. Yes. And I need all the views. I need all the social proof.
Yes.
I need this. I need that. And I'm like, yo.
Preach VA because VA know the ins and outs of that.
No.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, when I started completely doing the music videos, and certain people that I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, I would go to them and I would give them a low price. And they would be like, okay, that's cool, but can you do this, this, and this, and this, and this?
No.
And I'm like, that's too much.
No.
I'm already giving you a deal.
Oh, they're trying to stretch the dollar out.
Right. That's what they're trying to do.
I'm like, well, you need to give me some more so you can get some more.
Because it's like they want to effect, like these special effects that they will see in these new current videos. Can you add those? But I'm like, it takes time to do these effects. So
You getting plain Jane.
They wanted the Busta Rhymes Janet Jackson video.
yeah. So,
For a quarter.
right. So they're paying you for a bologna sandwich, but they want the steak, and I'm like, it doesn't work like that. You can't get that. So
They want you to turn bologna sandwich into steak.
I mean, I've seen it a whole lot. I mean, not just in the music videos. I mean, like I don't do music videos, but I'm just saying I'm not against it, but I just.
Right. But you've been in the video world as well.
Yeah,
so.
just haven't been doing that. Like Cass be like, yo, this my like they don't want to like even set a budget because I'm like, yo, I'm willing to work with you. What's your budget?
But also, these
Like,
are probably
what's your price?
indie artists, or
Yeah,
they're just, so they don't even. You may have been dealing with artists who don't even know the business.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but like, tell me what you can spend, and then we'll base everything around that. I'll be like, yo, all right, we can work with this, or we can't work with this, or you need to up this area right here. And I'm like, because every project, I personally don't do the set prices. Every project is, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not gonna bust your head wide open either.
Right.
I'm willing to work with you.
Right. I work with anybody. But if I give you a price and you say, well, that's too high, come on.
Especially if we've been doing the
Right.
back and forth. I was like, now you're just wasting time.
So okay, when y'all are, and this is probably good for all, when y'all are negotiating price for a service, how much back and forth are y'all kind of deal with before you go, look, this is not going to work?
If I don't know you, like if I've never worked with you before, you got a good 2 times with me.
My biggest thing is like, okay, I need to know all the parameters. You can't be surprised me with nothing. And then like, yo, I need to know all the stuff that's going in it. And then I need you to tell me what your like budget range is or whatever. And then after that, you know, maybe twice. It shouldn't be more than that if that's the case, because I know all the parameters, unless you're going to try to, you know, plug something in on me.
Okay, so when you do all your parameters, do you have them almost like contracted out? So they have it written, signed?
It's going to contracts, but it's pretty much written out. Like, hey, and honestly, it should have been contracts beforehand. But, you know, working with good clients that, you know, have good expectations and understand. Half the things like just managing expectations and putting everything together like that.
So, Michael, when you're negotiating for videos, like how does the kind of process works for you?
Basically, I already have set prices, so I'll let them know that there's an introductory price that I charge in the very beginning. It's relatively low, so yeah, they pretty much are happy with that price, and then I give them the prices after that. I think they're still happy with my prices after they see the introductory video. So I don't really have to. I don't have to negotiate that much anymore. Like they say okay.
They know the value.
Yeah.
And they probably been around too.
So having it set, was that like their purpose of having set prices, so you don't have to kind of deal with negotiating and all of that?
Right. And plus, I don't know. The set prices makes it a little easier instead of doing like the hourly situation.
Yeah, hourly is it's cool, but at the same time, it's kind of like you don't know.
Right. You don't know.
And anything could happen.
Right.
And it's real choppy. So, but I will say this, for anybody that's listening that wants to start doing any of this, I go the introductory price. I'll set that. So you can say your introductory price can be anywhere from like $400 to $800. And then for 3 hours, and then after that, then you can say it'll be hourly after that. So that way they won't use and abuse your time, basically.
So how did you go about, like, when you structured your price? So what was your thought process on doing that?
Oh, good question. Oh, yeah. Basically, I look at it like travel. I factor in editing time and also the filming time. So, like I said, 3 hours of filming. It might take anywhere from 10 to 12 hours of editing. It could be more than that, just depending on what the project is, just being honest. So you factored all that into my prices.
So when it comes to music videos and when it comes to short films, documentaries, web series, of course your prices are different for those. So how do you factor in, because with a series or a movie or something like that, it's going to take a longer time to complete it than it is a music video.
This is true.
So how do you factor in, that time, all that other stuff when you're doing your prices for those?
Okay, so I'll still do the math the same. If it's like a series of videos they want to have done, so I might say, okay, we're doing 5 shows. I'll say $800 for each show, but we still gotta, be mindful and still take into consideration of the 3 hours of each of those days, 5 days that we work. Because if you go over, then you're still gonna have to pay that extra whatever hourly charge after that. So, and that's how I normally put it together. And depending on how big the project is, like I still have to sit back and figure out the math, because sometimes these projects can be different. It's never the same. So,
just a little note. 800 is an example. That is not the price for you.
Yeah.
So don't be calling my man's up. You said 800. You said 800. I'm trying to get to 750.
Right. Yeah. The 800 is just me throwing out a number.
That was just a number.
Yeah, just for
disclaimer.
Example. just for an example for you guys. So I mean, because I could charge anywhere from like $2,000 for a project. So that's just an example for people that's wanting to begin and like learn what they need to do with their numbers if they're trying to get paid off that.
So for someone that's a beginner, would you suggest them having a contract for their beginning projects, or when they're starting to charge?
Good question. Yeah, I would. Just to be honest, contracts are actually a good thing. You always want to have that paperwork behind you.
Set expectations properly and put it down on paper and making somebody having to read something.
Right.
It's only going to protect both sides.
Definitely, because if anything happens, like the court of law will be there. So if you have that in the background, you can always present it to them if anything happens.
And not to mention your time is worth so much more. I mean, like, why are you going to take all that time to be going back and forth with somebody when you got the stuff already down? Be like, yo, this is what you agreed to. And then if truth be told, whatever, unless it's like a big shoot, I mean, most of the stuff probably be small claims court anyway.
Exactly.
And then, like, I'm not saying, take it to court, but if you did have to take it to court, that probably wouldn't be, a big thing.
Now, going back, though, I mean, if you're brand new and, you don't want to get into logistics, you don't want to get into all the paperwork or whatever, and you don't want to do contracts, you don't really have to when you start. Because, I mean, you can do things for free or whatever, because, some people don't want to go through all the rigmarole. But later on, once you start getting bigger, you kind of want to maybe consider doing contracts.
But, like, even if it's like, and this is not legal advice, even if you like
another disclaimer.
Yeah. Even if you like, paid a lawyer to look over like a Google contract that you like kind of put together or had them draft a contract, it's probably not going to be that much in the grand scheme of things. And, it's just protecting yourself and you're practicing what you're supposed to be doing anyway. The time to save is not like after you got the money.
Yeah.
Time to save is before you get the money. So
he's right.
That's mine.
So let's say like a college student who tries to get a little stuff to build his reel. You think he or she should have somewhat of a contractual agreement?
I mean, if they're getting paid, yeah.
Anything that has money, you should have a contract.
Hell, even if there's no money involved.
Yeah, true. Even if it's free. Because if somebody is on there and then all of a sudden they say, well, my face shouldn't have been.
Yep. Talent release.
My face shouldn't have been put on that thing. So I'm going to sue you for X amount of dollars. But it's like, we did this for free. But, at the end of the day, it's still a court case.
Right.
Talent release, location release. You get in the habit of doing that. And then that gets baked into your whole process.
Right. That's understandable.
Right.
Well,
I'll give you an example. After VA tells you.
No, it's good. No, I'm just talking about like, doing a project with somebody. You know what I'm saying? When there's money involved, you should have a contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, you should have a contract all the time. But I know for me personally, when I started, I had no contracts.
Me neither.
And that was because I had nothing to show. So the fact that I had nothing to show, I needed something to show. So I would go around and do certain stuff, and I would just give trade-offs. There would be a trade. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this video. I'm going to give you this whatever, and you give me something back. And that's how it worked. You know what I'm saying? Right. No, that's how I started.
It was same for me. I didn't start by the book. It was like a lot of under table stuff because I didn't know the proper channels. I didn't know the protocol. I didn't know how to go about doing any of this stuff. I didn't hear about the contracts until later on. But just giving out advice for the question that you asked, Kev, like I would recommend getting a contract, but at the same time, don't take it from me. If you're still a little tiny and you know starting off, you don't necessarily have to, but I would suggest that if you can,
right,
do it and look into it. There was a video shoot that I did. I'll give y'all this real quick, and I'm done with my video shoots that I did. Unless y'all got any more questions, but I did a country music like hip hop video, and what was crazy is that there were like underage people out there. I'm not going to say the name of the video because I'm not trying to incriminate myself, but there were drinking, underage drinking on the video. We never released it, so and we didn't get the contract signed or nothing like that anyway. So if there was some kind of mishap or something that happened, guess what? I filmed that,
Right.
And you know, they can come back and like get me. I'm an accessory. I saw what happened. You know, if somebody got hurt or killed out there, you know, I witnessed that. So, get that contract if you can.
Right. Let's just be clear. Contracts are always good.
Yeah.
There's never a time where you don't think to yourself, I don't think I need one.
Right.
You always need one.
Long story
And
short. Yeah.
someone told me, think of a contract as a written understanding. This is what you're getting from me, and this is what I expect from you. So you don't add nothing. So you can't add nothing. You can't say I expected this. That ain't on the contract.
For proper legal advice, please consult a licensed attorney.
You should probably have that pre-recorded just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not we're not having out legal.
We are
legal
not
advice.
lawyers, people.
This is
at all.
Okay?
This is not advice.
At all. These are just testimonies.
Yes. Yes.
That's all. Take with it as you will.
Grain of salt.
But so like I said, you all just kind of would go out at one point just to do stuff just so you can build a reel for yourself. So at what point did you all think, oh, we kind of get to the point where we go, okay, I'm good at this now. I've got what I needed to market myself.
Are you asking me when did I get to the point where I feel like I was comfortable, confident enough to go out and start giving these contracts?
Yes.
I would say like maybe after like a year of filming and studying, because I don't just go out and just film and not, you know, do any research. I still study. And even to this day, I still study, even though I've been doing this since 1999. Like I said, I still study because I want to keep elevating my game. So I would
That's
say,
the plan.
yeah, definitely. So I'll say after a year of me filming, that's when I felt kind of comfortable, but I didn't charge a lot after that year. I just charged like 100, 150 because I was still novice.
I mean, I guess you charge up to your level. But
Yeah.
I think, I don't know why, man. He kept on saying 1999. I was like, for the 99 and 2000.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm not going to lie. I was thinking that too, but I didn't want to be ratchet.
That's what I'm talking about. Nah.
Let's
You
go.
know me. I'm going to break it out.
That, and I was thinking Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
That was like the first album I bought.
It's 1999. Yes.
Classic.
Yes.
But okay, so within that year, like, did you just kind of see your work and go, okay, I've seen the progression, or you just you just gave yourself a year, or like what kind of mentally gave you to go a year that I'm good now?
Yeah. So after that, I saw that, you know, people, they were like coming to me, like they just kept flocking. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should start charging for this because it's a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work. So I was like, I just can't keep doing this for free because, I mean, time is money. And I feel like if not that, I could be doing something else making money. So I started charging because I was like, I'm not going to let this get away from me. If my talent is right here, one of my talents, let me profit off of it. So plus my equipment costs. So I wanted to get my money back for buying
God,
it.
yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
So, and I'm guessing it was way more expensive in like early 2000s for the stuff you were using.
Yes.
So like around, like, what were you editing with back then?
I don't know if I bought. Excuse me, people on here. I'm an honest person, so I don't know if I bought the MacBook legally or if I got it hot off the street. But I'm sorry, y'all. But it had a Final Cut Pro on there, and I was using that to the fullest.
Pretty much everyone else here, you started with Final Cut too.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was hot too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I had a Hot Pro too.
It was.
So what was it? It was a joint that came with the Dazzle. So it was a division of Avid, but it was their consumer version of their deal, but it wasn't Avid. Then I went to a broadcasting school. I started using Final Cut Pro and Adobe, the whole Adobe suites and all that stuff. And that's around the time they had switched to from SoundForge was their main deal, but they had bought that other program. What's the audio? Audacity.
Audacity, I remember.
Well,
Yeah.
not Audacity. I was using Audacity, but the what's the one you're using right now?
Pro Tools, Cubase.
Pro Tools.
No, not Pro
not
Tools.
Pro Tools.
Like the joint you're using to edit the show. The Adobe joint.
Adobe.
Yeah,
Premiere.
Yes.
No. Premiere is the video, the audio.
Right.
I don't remember.
It's not SoundForge though, but we're using that. We're using all these different things, and I learned I hated Avid.
Don't go in news then.
I could not stand Avid.
Most news stations use Avid.
It was just clunky, man, and old. I'm just like, ugh.
The crazy thing is, I was going to say back in the past, Adobe was expensive during that time, so nobody could really afford it. Like Final Cut was pretty much, it was affordable, but Adobe products, Hollywood still had their hands on that, and they really barely let it go out to like regular people.
Man, I got them student versions.
Got lucky.
And I get the student version. You used to be able to upgrade for like $100, whatever. So I get a student version from a friend and then get that little $100.
I wish I knew
upgrade.
You.
Then they made it to where you couldn't upgrade the student version. And I was like, figure out a way around this because I want that one function right there.
So how would you go about, like, when you started making this a bit? How did you started going about marketing yourself?
Okay, yeah. So one thing about me, I'm a perfectionist. So I made a website. The website is down right now, you guys. Situation happened, but yeah, I made a website, and I marketed from there. I promoted it, and it got a good feedback. After that, it was word of mouth. Like once it was the website and word of mouth, so I got a mixture of both of them, and I just kept going. I never looked back.
So was it? So you almost have like some years where like the website would kind of boom, and then there's like years where you may not get so much, like the 2009 financial crisis.
Oh, well, okay. Let me rewind a little bit. I'm sorry. So from 1999 to 2015, I wasn't booming, but in 2015, I decided to say, let me go all in with this. So 2015, I'm sorry. So that's when I went in all the way in with SE Productions and started advertising myself and promoting myself like I feel like I should have done back in the past. So yeah, if that answers your question.
So what in 2015 made you want to go, okay, I'm going all in?
Gotcha. Okay. So hopefully I'm trying my best not to bore your listeners, but
we want the nitty gritty.
Okay, cool. Back in 2008, I lost everything once the economy crashed. I lost my vehicle, my place where I lived at. Embarrassing story. I had to move back in with my parents.
A lot of people did.
Super embarrassing. So yeah, I was like, I never want this to happen again. I said, I can't allow this to happen again. So once I get back on my feet, I need to take advantage and not allow the economy to dictate my lifestyle or how I'm going to live, because it just wasn't nice. I mean, and my financial standings was not great. On top of that, I didn't really know how to save. So now I'm constantly save because it taught me a lesson. I can say it was bad, but it also taught me a lesson when the economy crashed.
I guess that was a silver lining, huh?
Yeah. So yeah. So when I got back on my feet, when I moved from my parents' place, I got me an apartment and I started trying to draw up a plan, and then I drew it up, and I was like, 2015, I need to go ahead because I paid my vehicle off. I got it. They repossessed it. I got it out of the pound, whatever you call it, and then I paid it off. Started saving up a lot, so I started buying better equipment, and from there I was just like, let me take this up a notch and charge a little bit more, because this equipment, again, it's not cheap, and I want to keep upgrading, so that way these people are going to get Hollywood type of footage. So they're not losing; they're still winning because my prices are still reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
'Cause, boy, I know a lot of people had to move back with their parents.
It was a rough time, man. Like, God.
I mean, I was still living with my mother at the time, but
Yeah,
I was poor.
So
back
you
then.
went through what it was same. Like, I mean, I never thought it was going to happen to me. So, I'm only human. So,
So when you mentioned making a plan, so what was in your plan?
okay. So, I kept having to get up in the daytime, listening to my mom talking about get a job, boy. You can go keep sleeping in that room. I'm like, okay, I'm trying. Like, the jobs are scarce right now. Nobody's trying to hire or nothing like that. So it's like, I would wake up in the morning time, hit the computer and fill out applications, or go to like these little temporary services and fill out applications. And I was like, instead of me just keep wasting my time on this, because I don't feel like nobody's going to contact me. So let me just draw up something. So I was like, these are my qualities. These are my skills. I'm good at art. I'm good at drawing. So I do that. So people need logos or whatever, I make the logos for them. You need a video or commercial, I do that for them. What else do I do? And I still dabble a little bit in the music, like recording vocals. So I was like, let me put this whole package together and then come up with a website. So I was drawing my plan ever since 2008 on up to 2015.
So at that time, you were still able to get maybe not a lot of work, but you still be able to film, and you were still freelancing.
Not really. I was at the bottom. I was at the crib. I pawned a lot of things, bro. Like, I pawned my Macintosh because I was trying my best not to leave the apartment. So I was pawning everything, trying to stay there so I won't have to go back to my parents. But that money finally ran out, and I mean, I lost all my equipment, so I had to start back from scratch when I finally got a job.
So, like, for people who are kind of starting this, like, so you also had a full-time job while filming on the side.
Yes.
So how do you kind of set aside
Certain time.
Yeah.
Good question. Okay, yeah. I look at it like this. Once you get out of work, if you work like 6 to 8 hours, try to put back like 4 hours of your time in a day, if possible.
I mean, why work all that time for somebody else and not work for yourself? That's a beautiful thing. I heard many people say that, man.
Or just don't sleep and just work.
Take
some cat naps.
I ain't
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say don't sleep, because I done did that, like throwing myself into doing that, and that's not good either.
It's not healthy.
Well, not completely not sleep,
No,
but
I'm
you know
talking-
what
I'm
I
talking
mean.
about, I was like, yo, if I'm sleeping, I ain't working.
Take some naps in between.
I've been that guy too.
Yeah. I mean,
We all have.
I'm talking about like the posters and stuff like that, taking it too literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been like, yo, I'm going all in.
Look, I know y'all hear Diddy go, yo, we don't sleep. Diddy sleeps. Okay?
He sleeps all the
Sleeps
time.
in a nice house too, a real nice house. Get your sleep. Just don't let it be. Don't sleep 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
'Cause
You-
Or just take naps.
I was going to say a saying that I always heard that I didn't like too much. It says, sleep when you die. But I'm like, that to me, I really feel like that's like a slave mentality, because it's like you work until you're dead. Like, don't do that. I wouldn't recommend it. I would say sleep, get some pretty good sleep. That way your creativity will blossom, because the lack of sleep can like really hurt you. Like it's hurt me a lot.
It's going to impair your cognitive functions. So you ain't going to be able to concentrate on stuff you need to concentrate on anyway.
Right, because I used to be that person. I used to be like, go by that code, like sleep. You know, you don't need sleep at all. So I used to stay up 24/7. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating, but I did stay up, like and my body felt like it was going to shut down. So I'm like, why do I want to put myself in hospital for some change when I can just get some decent sleep, come back at it the next day, and be super creative, and probably even get it done even faster than what I would have if I stayed up, those 12 hours. So I get my sleep, and I take it seriously. I don't take it for granted. It's important.
Right. It's good to get rest, but some people take that literally. I'm just speaking to the people who overdo it.
What I love my bed. I love my bed.
You know what I'm saying? But they wanna not work a 9 to 5. They want to be their own boss.
Right.
Like there's certain sacrifices that you do have to take in.
Oh yeah,
That is true.
And I mean, and in all actuality, you're probably more beholden to other people in some levels than like working a regular job. Sometimes,
Right.
it just depends on what kind of job it is, and whatever. Like, I mean, I know Michael can attest to this or whatever. Being outward facing and dealing with people all the time. It's like, yo, you got to deal with that.
Right.
And like, not everybody you come in is gonna be pleasant.
Oh, definitely not.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And at a 9 to 5, at 5 p.m., that it's over.
Right.
Leave that at the job. But y'all may get a phone call at 10:30. Hey man, I was wondering if you could also change this,
Touch this up.
touch this up. Yeah. Then, matter of fact, I think we need a reshoot. And like you're like, man, it's 3 a.m. What are you doing?
But also, like, your regular job, like, it doesn't depend on what it, it doesn't matter what it is. It helps you with those situations. I know for me personally, my job helps me with what I'm getting into. It helps me deal with the people. It helps me deal with situations. Guarantee it, the certain stuff that I went through at my job, if I did not go through those situations, I would have not been able to handle certain people outside in the field that I'm in.
Good point.
There's no way possible. And there's God gave me that job and that responsibility because he knew that I was going to run into this stuff outside of work.
Patience.
You know what I'm saying? And I have you can ask my mom, I have no patience. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, all right, I know you want to, God was like, all right, I know you want to do this. I know you prayed for this. I'm going to put you in a situation to where you're going to learn.
Oh, you're going to learn today.
Right. And so technically, the whole year that I've been where I am as far as my position, I have learned. And I've learned to the point to where now I know how to deal with certain stuff. Certain people, their characters, who they are, how they might get under your skin. You have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to prepare yourself for that. And also when you carry yourself in the business that you're in, Michael, you have your own business. We all have our own business. And people look at that. You know what I'm saying? Something might tick you off one day and then you blow up. You know what I'm saying? People are going to look at that.
True.
So you have to learn how to control yourself.
Like my biggest learning thing has been in the last however long, because like I used to be in the military too. It's like not want to get in my feelings or be like, feel offended to the point where, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I used to pull boxing gloves out on people. I mean, like I ran a boxing program on our base.
No, I'm just picturing that. Hey, what did you say?
No,
man, get the gloves out, bro. We gonna fix this right now.
I'm like, yo, man, I got the gloves in the car. If you,
I got the gloves in the car.
If you really about it, he's ready. I'm like, I need to work out anyway. And then people be like, they be looking crazy. And I'm like, yo, like you cannot get down with people like that, especially not today. Not today, man. They
ain't swinging, they shoot.
They have all kinds of restraining orders against you if they ain't on that joint. They have all kinds of restraining orders against you. Like, man,
you getting shot or something.
Man, they probably get you fired, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Man. Especially with social media, how it is now. I mean, you say the wrong thing now, you're gone. You don't have a job the next day.
Look at him.
So I kind of want to expound on that a bit. So what other things that you would take from y'all's 9 to 5 and kind of learn from your 9 to 5 and place into your business?
I think for me, like, and Michael probably attest to this too, and VA as well. It's like, yo, you learn what you really don't like.
Yeah.
And you can very quickly be like, you know what? I don't do that.
So as far as don't like, meaning like management style or
all of it. You know what I'm saying? All of it. Management, the people, their attitudes. Somebody come to you with a certain attitude and you know how that makes you feel. I don't want to come to somebody like that with that type of attitude, with that type of character. You know what I'm saying? So it's you learn everything. It's the whole nine. The whole nine, yeah.
And me, I've incorporated a lot. I've incorporated a lot that I've learned from my daily job. And I've also learned some other stuff outside of my job, you know, being on my actual company, my actual business, like how to approach people. Because I still get negative people. You know, I don't want to lose, you know, all customers is money. I mean, you know, I want to build a rapport with them, but, you know, there's going to be some negative Nancy's, some negative, I don't mean to say Nancy's out there. Y'all, y'all not that negative.
Shout out to the Nancy's.
Yeah, shout out to the Nancy's. I like y'all.
I rather the positive polys though.
Yeah, I really have the positive people, but you know, you're not. It's life. Things will hit you. You know, you get the ugly. You know, coming towards you. So yeah, I do accept the uglies as well, like the negatives, and I try to make them see, you know, the light and see that, you know, we can make this work. Some they're still negative. Some might change and, you know, become positives. But you know, my job taught me how to handle a lot of that stuff. So I try not to let them get under me, and I try to work with them the best I can.
So I think that's kind of pretty good for people to know. So how do y'all deal with, let's say, just negative people in, as far as in y'all business, or at what point do y'all just kind of go, just let it go, just let it go?
As much as possible. I don't interface with it, because somebody is like just that negative. There's no way that I'm hiding it.
Right.
I mean, it's not gonna. They're not trying to impress you.
Right.
And it's only gonna. That's their best behavior when they come to you the first time. Right. So
that's a good point.
It's only gonna get worse from there.
If this bad in the first impression, like this is the best it's gonna get.
I'm like, I'll separate myself. I'm like, you know, and part of the reason having a day job is so you don't have to take everything, especially at first. That's one of the things some people. You know, some people it drives them or whatever and lets them do the things they need to do early on. But I'm like, yo, that's too much stress. I don't want my thing to have to be my main thing. So now I can't be like, you know, carefree in it. And not carefree, not like not caring at all, but just, you know, be like getting in flow state, so to speak. You know.
So your 9 to 5 makes it so you don't have to
I don't
force this situation.
I don't take anything I want to. I'd be like, hey, I got all this money, and now you're another employee for me. I'm like, no, sure not. I'm a contractor, buddy.
It's interesting because usually people who work 9 to 5s do freelance and they hope to get well enough so they can say that same thing to their 9 to 5.
No, I mean, eventually I'll get to that point, but you know, right now I'll just be like, yo, I don't want my main thing. I don't want my passion thing to like turn into my main thing. And now it's like there's no passion behind it anymore.
Right. It's
now
just another job.
Yeah, it's just another job.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I had to put myself in a position where I force myself to work with these types that I don't really want to work with. Right now I work with whoever I want. And you know, great relationships.
So how do you get yourself from turning your career, like if you do it, like you've been doing this since 99. So how do you kind of still have that love for it not to just be something you do?
It's the passion, right?
Passion is part of it.
For me, it's the constant learning in it. And it's like, yo, like I get to find out something new every time I get to do this or that. And now I'm like, I'm not doing so much editing, even though I would like to do a little bit more. But time wise, I had to figure out, okay, if I'm gonna be outward facing, all right, I'm gonna have to take something and luckily I got to work with some good editors, and you know what I'm saying, now I can kind of flip a lot more stuff, which helps out a lot. And I'm like, yo, I mean, we both have that same kind of critical eye on a lot of stuff, and I like his approach, and I think he makes the whole process better for me, and it helps me because down the road I want to work with a gang of people. So now I get to take from my mind, put to my mouth, and explain to this guy who doesn't know what the plan is to get the thing out of my head to him.
Yeah, I'll say it's a mixture of both of those that they said. The passion and the learning situation. Like for me, I like a challenge, so that it always brings a challenge to me whenever I film, and also treat it like. I used to be like heavy into video games, so I'll break this down. I used to be super heavy into video games, but I knew it took a lot of my time. So I'm like, instead of me using my time playing this video game, trying to beat The Legend of Zelda or something like that, let me see if I can.
Great series.
Yeah, very good series. Shout out to Legend of Zelda. But yeah, I would challenge my videos like that. The same situation. I'm like, I want to beat that boss. I don't want this video to beat me. You know, I don't want this footage to beat me. I got to win. So I'm always trying to beat that. Or actually, I always try to beat myself, like, because I want to advance and be better than the last video, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a bit of a competitive nature
To myself, yes, I compete with myself all the time. So.
Okay, good. You know, usually people don't equate art with competition.
Mm-hmm.
They think of it as like maybe with sports or
Right.
other things like that. But so, do you look back with you being competitive with yourself? Do you kind of go back at like some of your past work and almost like critique yourself?
Not anymore. I used to. Man, I used to be like super hard on myself though with a lot of my work. But I realized that there's people out there that work doesn't even like touch anything that we've done. Because, you know, I've worked with you guys as well.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It hasn't touched any work that I've done. VA, you, Kevin, Karsten. And they get paid a lot of money. And their work is not even close to what we do. It's like, so I'm like, I really don't, I'm not that critical of myself like I used to be. You know, it's one of those things. I used to be super critical, but
Dude, I used to get depressed.
yeah, it got to that point. Yeah.
Oh man, I used to get depressed. I'll be like, and then a year later, I'll be like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Go back and rewatch it. Yeah.
Okay, so what made y'all like kind of get y'all to that mind frame of I just gotta stop being so critical, just letting it go?
I know for me, it was other people looking at my work, and they were like,
This is great.
"This is great," and I'm like, "For real?"
Yes.
I'm like, because all you see is the flaws.
Right.
Yeah.
You,
know what I'm
like
saying?
you spend so much time with it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You throwing away the ugly baby.
Right. And it was like, you know, like somebody said to me the other day, they were like, you know, you have like 6 films under your belt within the last 3 years. And I had to think about that. I said, you know what? You're right. Because I beat myself up all the time. I'm trying to do the next film.
I
I'm
have to
trying
remind you of stuff you done.
You're right. You do. Because and honestly, to be honest with you, sometimes I do forget some, you know, I got a lot going on. I got my hands in a lot of other stuff. So I do forget. And there's people around me who remind me. Because, you know, it's in my head, I'm like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to elevate myself. So I'm like, what's next?
You know, like I think that's a problem for a lot of people. Like, well, not so much that piece where they're always on to the next one. I'm saying like trying to find that little spot where you're you know what I'm saying, you're not necessarily content, but you're not looking too far in the past. You know, like in your car or whatever, you got your rear view mirror. If you spend a lot of time looking in the rear view mirror, you know, you're gonna be in trouble.
Right.
So have you all kind of taken time to go like, 'cause I mean, you came from a financial crisis to having your own business and doing well. You ever trying to take a look back and go, damn, I made it for all of that?
Yeah. I do look at that. I look at that all the time. Like I get up in the morning time. You know, I purchased a house. It's a 2-story house, and you know I couldn't picture myself like living in that thing. And I got another car. I paid it off. You know, it's. I look back all the time and just I'm wowed by where I'm at today.
I really only look back whenever I like have a conversation with a friend. I had conversation with certain friends, and they be asking me stuff, and I'll be super generic most of the time. I had a conversation yesterday with a friend talking about like when I would go to certain places where and everybody be like super nosy. You know, they really don't want to know like, you know, what you do. They want to know who you are. You know, it's one of those like
Right.
like measuring contest kind of things. Right, I would purposely tell people I do stuff.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know you. You know, like I'm like,
Right.
and I'm super comfortable talking to people.
Right.
I'm just like, but the focus, I don't like it to be on me. Like,
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Right.
So,
And it's kind of like I don't gloat about what I do. I'm not going to walk into a room and everybody's talking and I'm just going to, you know, within conversation, but yeah, I do this and that and I got this and I got that.
I'm like, that's so pretentious.
You know what I'm saying? But there's people who do that
Yeah,
though.
right.
There are people who do that.
And like if you start name dropping, be like, oh yeah, I was talking with such and such the other day.
Okay, I want to expand on that a bit. So, because you don't want to be braggadocious and throw it in people's faces,
Right.
but you also have to market what you do.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, sitting up here and be like, yeah, my kids go to school with such and such. Yeah, like we're going to school with them for the past 5 years, and then you start just name dropping like every 3 seconds. That's too much.
But it's different when you're marketing yourself. That's different. You go about things differently. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just like on a movie trailer, right?
Right.
From the makers of such and such. And then, like, they get, like, 2 lines. And they might be, like, the makers of this, the producers of this, and then now this. They don't do it a whole lot. And even in that little short span, they do it enough.
I got what y'all. So you're basically saying, like, if you're advertising or promoting yourself, you could be like, yeah, I filmed Chris Tucker, But if you're in a party setting and then you're like, oh, yeah, I work with Chris Tucker and stuff like that, it's almost like a kind of a boasting type of situation.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it's almost like in the setting.
It sounds like this.
Yeah.
Partly.
Yeah.
I mean, because, like, even in one, it could be too much versus the
Right.
other.
But you have to know when to speak about certain stuff and when not to speak. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say you were on set. There's like a major star there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna walk myself up to this major star and start name dropping on what I've done and what this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not the way to go.
Now, if I'm by the chips, I'll be like, hey, how you doing? And then I go about my business. Treat them like a regular person. And then if we ever had a conversation, whatever, I'm still going to approach that person like a regular person. I can only imagine how many times I get approached by somebody like trying to hand them a demo reel, and it was an NFL player. I'm like, that has no production experience, and I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Just marketed yourself to a famous person.
Right.
I'm like, that's silly. I'm like, yo, if it's that good, it's that good. Put it out on your own, man. Stop being lazy.
So what would you all say is probably the percentage of what you do is marketing yourselves?
What percentage?
Very little. As far as me, very little. Most of my stuff's like word of mouth and like acquaintances and carrying myself through life like a good person, I guess.
I would say maybe about like 40 something, maybe 43%. Because mine is mainly word of mouth also, and I've been teaming up with people. I just teamed up with JDA, Jared Dalton Agency, helping him out. I don't know if y'all know him or
Yeah, I've heard of him.
yeah, his name is Jared. Very good guy. He helps boost people's social medias. So I've been helping them. And anytime that any of us in this group that we're in right now, if they ever need any help, I'm always with them. Also because I'm part of their team. I've never left them, and I'm not gonna leave them. So yeah. So people hear about y'all. They know about me. They know about me. Then they'll know about you guys.
Well,
So-
it's the same. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's all about the vibes and stuff like that. So, because I've worked with people who were cool at first, but then it got kind of like it was like they changed, and I'm like,
Right.
no, you need me. It's kind of like you need me. Like this couldn't have been done without me, and yet you're kind of boosting yourself more than you even boost me.
Right.
And it's just the people,
Right.
you know.
Since y'all brought that up, what would you all say is the importance of having a good team around you for what you all do?
Collaboration for me. Every person that I'm working with now, every person in this room has their own particular goal. And the whole purpose of having a team is to help each other with their ultimate goal. That's the purpose.
The whole Zig Ziglar line, like big time, comes to me. It's like you can have everything in life that you want if you help other people get in life what they want. When Kevin introduced me to VA and she told me what her goal is, I'm like, yo, if I map to that and I'm associated with that, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be amongst the stars,
Amongst the stars.
and not even like the literal stars, like I'm talking about like the the figurative stars, like in the sky. That phrase.
Right. Well, me, I'll say that I'm extremely humble. Like, I don't place myself above or below anybody. Like I say, we're all on the same playing field, same level. Because I don't want it, if anybody works for SE Productions, or whatnot. I don't want you to look like, oh, you're working for me. No, you're not. You're working with me. I don't want
Exactly.
I don't want to even have that mentality in my head. We're all in the same playing field. We need to work together, collaborate, get the project done, and have fun. And we all gonna grow. Period.
Yeah, even when I get to the point of employees, like it's always collaboration. I was like, because I want them to have ownership in it, because I understand in that environment the best ideas come. That whole flow state where everybody just be like, yo, they feel like they part of it. Like, yo,
because if you're like egotistical and like you're like, this is my company, I'll tell you what to do. I'll do this. Like
hurts the projects.
Make people. I wouldn't want to work for you. I wouldn't want to work for myself if I'm like,
right.
No. You know what? I'm getting another job.
Yeah, hurts the end product, and then people don't want to be around that for too long,
right? Because your pride is too big.
Yeah,
like tone it down.
I mean, like,
word gets around.
You can only like, man, you can pay somebody a whole lot of money, but you can only depending on the amount of dignity they got to sacrifice, man, they ain't gonna take that for too long, no matter what the price is. Because what they'll do is, if it takes a ton of money, they work with you for a year and then go do their own thing, and be like, yeah, you see that dude over there? Yeah, don't go over there.
Now you got some yes mans out there. So say for instance somebody like, and I'm not throwing shots at Mayweather.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
I just said it, Mayweather. I'm not throwing shots at Mayweather, but you have a bunch of money, in your pockets, and you can just be paying people. People they'll take that abuse and that punishment,
Only for so long, though.
Yeah, just because I'm paying you, $5,000 a week just to sit by me. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll sit here, but it's fake. So I don't want any of that. I want organic and natural, and I don't want people to just be around me just because
Real love.
Yeah. What he said.
Not what he said, because I'm not paying royalties for that.
What are you talking about?
Right, what you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What is that? Huh?
We're gonna keep it that way.
The key was out. So
I wanted to end it asking you this. So let's say somebody who wants to do what you're doing and is in the same position you were in 09. What would you tell that person?
Okay, what I would tell that person and what I would tell myself also, if I were able to go back to that past, I would just say, don't give up. Just keep pushing and strive and build yourself a blueprint and build yourself a little strategy, and then you can make anything can be possible.
Well, I want to thank you for coming here today. And
most definitely.
Just hearing your story, I think I personally say I'm proud of you. You're doing quite well.
Appreciate it.
I don't see what he's wearing right now, but he's looking quite dapper.
Can't stop.
So,
take that.
It's not the name brand. It's the person who wears the clothes. Okay.
Facts.
Let's
and the
get
person
that
who's
known.
wearing the clothes is a bad mofo.
Yeah. Thank y'all. And again, I like to say thanks to all of y'all for inviting me out here. Giving me this opportunity to share my story.
You good. We've been wanting to have you on the episode.
Yeah. Every time we're doing something, we got your name in the Rolodex. Your name's probably the first one we have on it. It's Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, Karsten Hype Ferguson. I messed your name up. Oh, well.
Damn,
and this
I get a oh, well. Man.
Yep.
We're doing so well, too.
We were. But,
bye, people.
And this is We'll Fix It in Post, and that is a wrap.